Nope. Ain't looking. Not falling for it. The problem is a dude can't ask her if she needs help.
Make sure you go to LFRFamily.com and check out the Bang Bang Tea. I am checking out some Timcast, a Timcast video. Only reason why, I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm checking this out is because, first of all, I wanna say thank you to Tim because I went into my analytics. I was checking some things out, just researching my videos and whatnot. And I saw that either number 1 or number 2 video that was suggesting my videos just so happened to be this one right here that I'm checking out. So I'm checking it out to see exactly what is suggesting my videos. And because you're sending people my way, I will assume that most of my supporters already follow you, but the ones that don't, hopefully I can send them to you too, because I appreciate you allowing your videos to send people to my videos. That means a great deal, especially since you sitting at 1.13 subscribers, 13 million subscribers, and you have millions of subscribers on all your channels. So thank you again. So we about to check this one out. This one is about men refuse to help a woman in gym after she gets pinned by weight. Clout chasing backfires on women.
My. If it isn't the real world consequences of all those gym ladies clout chasing. So says Lauren Chen in a tweet showing a video of a young woman trying to squat some hefty weights and being unable to do so. And then when she gets pinned down and needs help because she has no spotter, none of the men will come and help. And then ultimately it's a woman who comes and helps her lift these weights. I'll play the video for you in a second. But for those that are not understanding the full context here, we had this story a while ago. This is last month, or it's only a few weeks ago, actually. Viral TikTok shows women getting upset about feral man glancing at her in the gym.
Feral. That's a word. I never heard that word before. Feral. Okay.
But many accuse her of seeking attention. This chick, who apparently has like an OnlyFans, is mad because she's filming herself do hip thrusts with the weight. And the guy every so often looks over like, and then eventually he's like, you need any help putting those back? And she's like, no, weirdo. She doesn't literally say that. But in the video, she basically does with text like, these feral men are staring at me at the gym as I'm doing something weird. Look, the first thing I'll say is don't be creepy. Don't be creepy to women. You know what I mean? Like if a woman's working out, just let her work out.
Yes, please. I've been in gyms a couple of times. I was talking to this one lady who is a trainer right now. She's doing a great job. Her classes are filling up. Shout out to her. She's kicking butt. That's when I was going to Planet Fitness every single day. And she was just telling me, man, these old dudes in here, they don't even hide it anymore. You just look through the mirror. You try not to even look through the mirror anymore, because when you look in the mirror, you just see like 4 sets of eyes just staring at every single part of your body. I'm like, seriously? What about when you catch them? She said they just stare even more. Some of them lick their lips. She said some of them lick their lips, man. Really? Men, y'all, come on. Y'all got to do it. Y'all got to do better.
The other thing I'll say to women is, yeah, a guy might look at you. I don't know. If he's not bothering you, dudes look at women. Is that like a new thing?
That is true. That is true, young ladies. If you're being looked at, isn't that the whole point? Now, you don't want to be stared at. You don't want to be made feel like you feel uncomfortable. The thing is, they only want to be watched by certain people. You got to be super buff, fat neck, fat shoulders. You know what I mean? You got to look like JP from Awaken with JP times 2. You got to be doubled up. All the ladies in there got to like you. That's in order for you to look at them.
The other thing is, this chick's filming herself, and the guy may be like, I wonder what she's doing. Like he's looking at her filming herself like, what is this? And she's mad that he looked at her. Well, I'll tell you what the real world consequences are. I have done a couple segments over the past few years about how men are refusing to help women and children. And the funny thing is they always do really well. And I think there's something, I don't know, primal about the feeling men get seeing these stories. There's a combination of disdain, like it's sad that this has become our society, and also kind of, I don't know, schadenfreude, definitely, and catharsis.
So feral equals wild. Okay. All right. Wild dudes. There's a bunch of wild dudes looking at me in the gym.
I'm sure there's a lot of dudes who watched this video of a woman wearing skin-tight pants where you can see her butt crack.
And they are flesh colored. Don't forget that. because when you first look at it, you're like, whoa, she got on pants? Oh, she ain't got on. She got on pants? Yeah, because they flesh colored. If you come up in a gym and you got on flesh colored stretch pants, the only thing that gives it away is those long socks.
Struggling to lift a weight, and then when she asks for help, no one listens and no one cares. Now, I will say this, though. I don't know this woman. I don't know that she's done anything to anybody. I don't know that she's the kind of person who would yell at a guy for looking at her. We should not be mad at her because some other chick did this thing or other women have complained about men in the gym. I certainly think men in gyms can be creepy. I certainly think women have a right to be upset if a dude's being creepy.
That's right.
And that woman who is like, oh my God, the guy's looking at me. It's like, yeah, dude, calm down. I am not going to rag on this woman as an individual because I see her doing nothing wrong in this video other than wearing, you know, like ridiculously skin tight pants. Maybe she's comfortable in them. That's totally her thing. I mean, it actually looks like she might not be wearing pants at all, but I'm pretty sure she's wearing just like skin tight leggings.
I told you, man, it looked like she's not wearing any pants at all. That's that flesh color, man. So that will give somebody a double take right there. But that right there is just, it's like clickbait. It's like when you look at somebody's videos and you see something that's not actually in the video, but they got to do all this. Oh, I'm going crazy. This is blowing my mind. You ever look at them daggone videos, man? I actually did a TikTok, and that face, that you're gonna see that on everybody's videos. That's the same thing as these daggone pants. They are clickbait. They clickbait. They're made for you to look at them. You gotta look at these right here. And when I squat, you're gonna really look at them.
Socks going up. All I see here is a woman who lifted too much, couldn't squat it, and then squat lift or whatever it's called, and then nobody would help her. So this is not a criticism of her. It's a discussion on the real world consequences of all the clout chasing. Let me play for you this video, and it is kind of sad. It's kind of sad. So she's trying to squat. I don't know what is that. Is that like 80 pounds or something? I can't tell. Oh, she actually does. She does. She gets it. She's going for it again, and then I think, and now she can't. Uh-oh. Nope. Can't get it. And like really, that's it. There's like two guys over here. And you'll see her, she just like looks over. Excuse me. Nope. Ain't looking. Not falling for it. Not falling for it, dude. Excuse me. No.
Yeah, they're doing everything in their power. Not to even like, man, this right here causes issues. We probably even had warnings. It's probably signs all over the gym not to look at the women for more than 2 seconds. and to make sure you got on your headphones so you not hear them when they're in distress.
I don't blame these guys. I'm not falling for it either. Okay, I'm not falling for it. Look, I'm going to mind my own business. I'm not going to look. I'm going to do my thing because the last thing anybody wants is for one of these women who are clout chasing to film you, and then the real reason they're saying excuse me is because they're going to complain about something you did. It's unfortunate. And then what ends up happening is she sits there, she says, excuse me, oh my goodness. And then some woman just starts lifting and like ignoring her. People are walking past. Nobody's helping her. And then finally, here, let's play the last part of it. 20 seconds. She says, hey. And then this woman puts the weight back. I think she then asks, can you help me? You think you can help me out over here? Yeah, yeah. And then another woman comes over and lifts, and they put it back, and she's good.
Shout out to the lady that came over there to help her. She's strong. My gracious.
I want to make sure I stress this point. This woman lifting this weight did nothing wrong. She just, I mean, the only thing she did wrong was she lifted too much, and she didn't have a spotter. I'm not a gym kind of person. I don't know the proper techniques for all this stuff. I skate. That's my thing. And she lifted more than she could. She needed help. Nobody was there to spot her. Maybe you should have someone. Some people have suggested she could have just thrown it off her back and dropped it. I don't know. I kind of feel like that could be dangerous. And maybe the right thing was just to ask for help. She wasn't being crushed or anything. She just didn't have the strength to lift it back up. I want to stress, I feel bad for this woman. Dudes should be, and I shouldn't, dudes, men, women, anybody should be like rushing over and be like, do you need help? The problem is a dude can't ask her if she needs help.
Because of culture. The gym culture is horrible now. Social media culture is ruining it for everybody. Like the women go on there to trap people with their booties and the cuties and all that other stuff, but then they try to act as if they don't appreciate it. They just want to set people up. Oh, look at them looking at me. Oh, look at them looking at me. You see them? They're creeps. And then you go report it and take it too far when you knew that they weren't trying to do something. Now, it might have been a couple of times where women literally, it was right. They were right to report somebody who was being a creep. But, that's the culture now. It's the culture now. It's because I was just now talking about in the last video when people always crying racism for everything. Cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf. Then when you actually need help, nobody's paying attention to your crazy self.
So this woman is sitting there squat saying, hey, excuse me, none of my business. I'm not getting involved because y'all are filming this stuff. And if I walk over and I say, excuse me, ma'am, you seem to be stuck. Do you need a spotter? And she goes, oh, how dare you, you feral creep. That's what's happening. Now, look, we had that one viral story. And I'm not saying that's indicative of every single circumstance in a gym where a woman's filming. But when these videos go viral and when you have toxic masculinity in the news, and when there's been nothing but attacks on masculinity for the past 10 years, I shouldn't say nothing, but I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. When it's persistent in the media, dudes are going to be like, please just leave me alone, man. I'm just trying to stretch my hamstring. This dude over here is sitting there clearly doing stretches, and she's yelling, and he's not having any of it. Now, I think it's a fair point. Maybe the dude just had earbuds in and no one heard them. Because I think in most normal circumstances, the average person's going to be like, sure, I'll help. I don't care.
Yeah, most times a man will help. Like if he hear her, he's going to get up and he's going to go help. I don't care. Most times a man want to feel like a man. And nothing makes you feel more like a man than saving a distressed woman.
But this is another story in line with a bunch of stories we've seen. And I'm going to bring it up again. In Philadelphia, I think it was, a woman was attacked on a train by a guy who had his way with her while everyone watched.
What? What do you mean had his way with her? What does he mean by had his way with her? Hopefully he's not saying what I think he's saying. While everyone watched, no. I'm not believing that. Hopefully that's not,
That's crazy. This just started filming. And I have to talk about how, I'd probably just lose it. I'd probably just see red if I saw that going on a train. Now, granted, I understand there's difficulties. A guy could have a knife, a weapon. You might not be able to actually do anything if some dude's got a gun.
Now, I will say this. In Washington, D.C., I want to say yesterday or the day before yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. Inside of one of the train stations, Potomac Avenue. Feel free to go ahead and Google this. Potomac Avenue subway station in Washington, D.C. A man shot somebody outside of the train station. Then he went down the steps. And shot somebody else in the leg. He walked over to a woman and he had the gun in his hand and he was about to shoot her too. And a man who worked for Metro, he tried to tackle the man and save the day, and he ended up losing his life. He was shot and pronounced dead on the scene. R.I.P. to that hero who saved that lady from being shot. So sometimes when a man does go out of his way and try to do the right thing, bad happens. So I get it. Sometimes people will overcalculate and whatnot, but me, I will happily give my life on that day. If I'm seeing a woman being accosted in that way in front of me, you out your damn mind. I don't care if he has a knife. I don't care if he has a gun. Let me take that. She's not going to take that. Not in front of me. I don't care if she's white, Asian, black. I don't care what she is. If she's a young lady and that's happening to her, nah, man. Not on my watch, bro.
Because they make it so you can't have a gun and they can. Imagine if you were allowed to carry weapons to defend yourself and others. They don't allow it. They let criminals do it. And certainly anyone who's going to attack a woman on a train, any guy who's going to do that, probably got a weapon of some sort. So now we're in this predicament where it's not just that men don't want to do it because they're cowards or anything. It's because they're like, dude, I'm disarmed. I cannot help that woman. That woman is disarmed. She couldn't even help herself. Hey, you want feminism? Give that woman, I don't know, a 380.
Man, listen, it's very difficult for a man to fight you with his dingling out. If a man got his dingling out, I'm whooping his ass, period. I'm whooping his ass while he got his dingling out. And then he pull out a gun while he got, come on, man. You gonna be as hurt as I'm gonna be.
Something small she can fit right in her pocket. Give her the right to keep and bear arms to defend herself so that no man will pin her down on a train while everyone watches. But they've taken that right from people. And you know what? This is what you typically get from Democrat politicians. You get women saying, we're equal. Fine. I'm not going to help you lift weights. Women say, we don't want guns. Fine, you don't get it. It's not just women saying that. I'm not saying only women. I'm saying it's a tendency among the Democratic Party to skew female. Women overwhelmingly vote Democrat. It really is the divide. If you look at the maps, the United States, if you say if only women voted, the whole country's blue. If only men voted, only Oregon and Washington turned blue. The whole country's red. So if they want to keep voting for gun control, don't get mad if no one's going to come to your aid. Now, for me, I'll go live in the middle of nowhere, have some chickens, and mind my own business. And out here in West Virginia, we got constitutional carry, and you can be armed. And good. I think you should be.
I hope somebody's armed if my daughters have to go and catch a train, or my sons have to catch a train. I hope somebody who is legally armed. How come it's always just the criminals who are armed and dangerous? The good people should be armed and dangerous too. And there's way more good people than there are bad people. So can you imagine? Can you imagine if a great majority of the good people were ready, were always ready? Oh man, people will stop committing these crimes knowing that these good people are ready for their ass. Trust me on that one. Don't forget to go to LFRFamily.com and ask me about the bang bang test.